Today we will create an app within BadgeHub for capturing cardholder data and issuing a badge. An app is defined as a workflow that your issuance process will follow. This can include the data capture, whether or not a photo is needed, managing smart credentials, and more. To begin, you'll want to ensure that you are currently logged into the BadgeHub portal. You will then want to navigate to the tab titled Apps. Here's where you can add, manage, and delete apps. Today we'll be focusing on creating a new app. Start by clicking the plus sign, and from here you'll be able to name your app. Since we are creating an app for issuing a credential, 3 app types will be available. Issuance is used when you need a print job to be sent immediately to a connected printer, or if you're going to be issuing a virtual Go badge. Go Print is used when you want the user to press print on the device and it to be stored into a print queue to be printed at a later time. Reader Control is used when you want to wirelessly lock or unlock a door. Today we'll be creating an app for issuance. You will then want to select the entity type that the app will be designed for. Entities are created in the database section of the portal under the setup menu and can be defined as a person, place, or thing. Once you have named your app, selected an app type, and selected the entity for which your app will be designed for, you can now select Save. Once you select your newly created app, a flyout menu will appear. You will notice 3 device options for the layout of the app: a phone, a tablet, and a desktop PC. You will design a workflow for each type of device that you plan to use the app on. If you only plan to use the app on one device, for example, a phone, you will only need to edit the app settings for that particular device. However, the system gives you the flexibility to use an app differently on various devices and create separate workflows for each device. You will also notice the search prompt option and issuing rules option. You will cover issuance rules in another video, but search prompt allows you to change the text that appears in the search bar in the BadgeHub client. This gives you the opportunity to provide more direction to the user, such as directing them on what fields are searchable. For this example, we will click the Edit button next to the phone image. Once you've selected the device you're designing the app for, you will select the plus sign to add details for this issuance app. You can name your header to provide your users direction on what should be entered here. Now you can select the plus sign to add all the fields that we want to capture. In the Widgets drop-down list, you will see a list of all standard fields and any custom fields that you have previously added. Select the fields that you need for your enrollment screen. Please note that if a field is named something different from how you want it to be displayed in the BadgeHub client, you can change the display name for each field. You will want to ensure that your unique identifier is added to your app. A unique identifier is either an ID number or date of birth and will allow you to uniquely identify people who share the same first name and last name. You will receive a notice at the top of the page until the unique identifier has been added. You can delete a field from your app by selecting the X button and use the up and down arrows to move and arrange the placement of fields. By clicking the plus sign at the top, you will be able to add an additional page for your enrollment process. This is especially great for mobile devices when you're capturing lots of data. Some important widgets to note that you may want to add to your app are Active Status. This is a widget that will notate whether the record is active or inactive. Credential Manager. This selection is needed if you would like to enroll and view a smart card credential or a virtual badge in the BadgeHub client. Photo. This selection will allow you to capture a photo. Badge Preview. This will give you the ability to preview your badge before issuing. Once you are satisfied with your app creation, you are free to return to the main app section and create any additional layouts for this app, such as for PC or tablet. Once the app has been created, you want to make sure you give your user permissions to view the app. This can be done by going to Security, Users, selecting the user, and then finding the Manage button next to Permissions, and giving this user access to the newly created app. From here, you're able to give this user the ability to edit data, issue, or delete data. Go ahead and click Save. Now you'll be able to view your newly created app in the BadgeHub client. After logging in, please note that you may need to get the latest settings from the portal. This can be achieved by selecting Advanced and selecting Sync Now from the BadgeHub client. You will notice that your newly created app is now visible. Congratulations! You have finished creating a new app within BadgeHub. If you have any additional questions, please contact us. We're always here to help.